Okay, so we're out on the Gong Crusader 7'6", very long. It's 150 litres, but it's only 22 inches wide. Very, very narrow. Makes a massive difference. Underneath it today, I have got a Gong Fluid XL, which is 112 centimetres wide, but it's only 1,500 square centimetres in area. It's the smallest foil that I own. It's for me, normally that size of foil, I'd be looking at 20 knots plus of wind, probably a 4.5 metre to get myself out. So you can see here the width of it. Look, it's only just wider than I am when I'm kneeling on it. So you lose that side-to-side stability, but you do gain fore and aft stability. So you've got a lot of stability fore and aft, but you've just got to be a bit more careful when you're manoeuvring around on the board. So generally, get yourself into crosswind, pick up a bit of speed, that gives you a bit more stability. And once you've got that, you can start moving around. So both my feet are well and truly in the water at the moment. Like I say, it's very narrow, so very slippy, but you have got the length. So you can sort of rely on the length to give you a bit of stability. Now, because it's so narrow, it accelerates really quickly, and it doesn't really try to plane, it just pushes through. But what it will do is it will pick up speed a lot quicker and get your foil working. And once the foil's working, try not to lift too early, because it's weird, you feel that you should be able to lift, but just keep it on the water for a couple more pumps, maybe one more knot of speed, because if you try to lift too early, it will stall. If you get it right there, it will just come up on its own, and then it's ready to go, and it's got lots of stability, ready to go. You can see there, stalled it, a bit more power, a bit more speed, then it comes up. Now, because I've got a smaller foil on, I've got a lot more speed. Because I've got more speed, I've got more apparent wind, so now I feel really powered on this 6. And because I've got the power, I can start really making my way upwind. So let's go. So that's basically a reach. So let's start turning upwind. There you go. I can't really go a lot more because that's the design of the wing, really. It's almost going through the wind. There you go, a bit more wind there. Absolutely hauling upwind. Good speed as well. Not sure what it is, but certainly faster than my probably faster than my 1550 HS Armstrong, which is more of a low to mid aspect foil, but really nice, really nice. So coming around the corner, big problem with this board is that you catch up with the wind really quickly, so you lose all your stability, but once it touches the water, it just wants to go straight. Very, very difficult to turn it once you're on the surface. So it's a combination thing there. The board doesn't want to do what you want it to do, but also because you've gone downwind, you've got no wind in your wing, so no stability. So I'm working on those. So we're in a bit of chop now. Got to try and use all of the techniques to get us onto the board. Stay low, get yourself into your sort of press up position, hold the rails of the board, and I also hold the wing with my hand against the rail of the board as well. So if I start to go, I just lean into the wing. You can see that's leaning, and I didn't go over. If I was the other way, I would have gone. Don't want to hang about. As soon as you can, get that wing above you and get it sheeted in. And board tends to turn very slowly to crosswind. That's when you're quite vulnerable to falling in. But as soon as you get crosswind and you get a little bit of speed, everything becomes a lot more stable. Once I'm ready to go round, both my feet are in the water. That's how narrow this board is. Front foot up, and then so same as before, going to accelerate the board. I'm just going to try and keep it on the surface until it wants to come up, which it did. If you try to force it, you'll feel like you're going faster than you are because the board has got no friction, and you'll just end up stalling the foil and you'll crash down. The nice thing about this board is because it's got a lot of volume in the nose, it normally bounces back up, but if you're slightly off balance when it does it, the board will just shoot off in the direction it wants to go and you won't, so you'll be in. But like I said, normally I'd be on probably on a 7 in this wind. In the gust, yeah, there's enough, but to get going it's hard work. But I'm using a 1500 foil for me, which is like I said, for me, very weak foil. And that's it flying around. It's probably 14 knots tops. It's not massively windy, but there's also a lot of gusts as well. Lots of gusts there. So nicely upwind, and then there's the lull. Yeah, there's the lull. So there a little bit, pick up a bit of speed in the gust, and then just cruise through the lull. So that's probably about 11 to 12 there. So say the thing about the smaller foil is that you have a lot of speed. So when you go into the jibe, you carry a lot of speed, which means you can overtake the wind. So it's important to get clean around. There you go. Now I've caught the wind. Get myself settled. And there we go. That's a much smaller foil, so it's a lot less stable. So I feel like I'm on a bit of a pinhead here. But the faster I go, the more stable it becomes, which is nice. Some waves here, so I'm just going to go through those, and then I'm going to bear off, and I'm going to try for a jibe the other way. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, leaning. Oh, now that's just a case of getting used to this. It's quite a small foil. You feel like you want to lean it a lot harder, but because it's high aspect, it doesn't want to turn. It just tends to want to go quite straight. So I've just got to do those turns a little bit wider. But overall, 6 metre, probably I'd say tops 14 knots. 1500 square centimetre foil for me, which is normally 20 knots plus, and I'm getting up and going, and it feels nice. It feels very nice. So yeah, a couple more tweaks. I could do with bringing the foil forward maybe another inch, but for getting going in gusty light winds, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So the next thing would be probably on a 15 to 16 knot day, a little bit more than this. I'll probably come out with a 4.5. I have to pump it a lot more, but I think once you're up, the benefits would be there. But definitely faster, definitely better upwind. Downsides is my timing's out. I'm just so used to something with a bit more drag. I can go around the corners a bit slower, generally recover them. The other thing is I'm only using a 72 mast, which I'm so used to an 85. I'm sort of trying to concentrate on my height, and that's taking my thoughts away from what should be going on in the turn. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy.